marketing is such a fun and exciting job function. So, it also forms part of your passion. And I think for me as a management trainee in marketing, what I thoroughly enjoy is bringing the product to shelf and seeing it on shelf. And yeah, just being excited about working for it for months and then finally seeing it in the consumer's hands. So grads who want to join RCL Foods, my advice would be for them to, it'll be such a privilege to join such a massive company such as RCL, one of our leading FMCG companies. We have so many segments and business units, all the way from food to pet food, now going into the Live Kindly space. So quite a vast and enormous company that touches on so many key and vocal points and different businesses. And it's such a great learning curve for a grad to join such a business, get exposure to all the different categories, all the different brands, work with cross-functional teams. You also have a lot of exposure to management teams. And yeah, it's always fun and learning. There's a lot of exposure to courses that you learn on the way to grow your skill sets. So a wonderful company for a grad like myself when I started a few years ago. And yeah, just to develop your skill set and to kickstart your career. Okay, so I think one of the most exciting ones of recent was the Nola Mayonnaise campaign. So it was a 360 campaign that touched on sampling, a lot of point of sale in store. It was all about Be the Nola Bri Boss. So we got Kaya FM involved, where contestants had to enter onto the Kaya FM page and Facebook page and enter the competition and show us their wonderful Bri recipes. And then we had an engagement competition whereby they could win prizes. We also created a new TVC, which was embracing new ways. So just twisting it up and putting a twist on our traditional Nola mayonnaise and showing consumers who are traditional and old and modern on how they can create dishes with Nola mayonnaise. We also had our range come in, so we've done a pack rewrite. So we've also brought that through, and we really focused on it within this campaign instead of normally just focusing on our caviar line being Nola Original. I joined the graduate program in 2016 as Assistant Account Manager on the Woolworths account, so dealt with a lot of NPD and innovations and the account management side. I thereafter got promoted to Junior Account Manager, where I worked with specialty and chicken and spreads as well. I was then very curious about the marketing and brand side in the business and moved over to pure marketing, where I moved to beverages and worked on Umnandi and Number One brands for about a year. Thereafter, I moved to the Nola side of marketing, and then I also had the privilege of working on Yum Yum brand for 6 months because of the manager being on maternity leave. So that was great exposure on the grocery side. And then my most recent role, now having been for the past month or so, is a category and product specialist for Live Kindly under the ShopRite account. I think as a grad, you come in, you're quite scared, you're unsure how the working world is going to work. So a preconception for me was that, there would be a lot of hand-holding and a lot of judgment on how you do things because the microscope is on you. And as I progressed along the years, I think, that's not the case. Even though there is a bit of hand-holding, you learn a lot on your own. You teach yourself a lot. And there's nothing to be afraid of. You just go with the flow. There's a lot of managers who support you, but also give you the room and the space to grow and to develop, to make mistakes and to learn from them. So I think overall, it's the culture of RCL Foods which has been the biggest highlight for me. Transitioning from role to role, working with such great managers, getting exposure to different environments, traveling, meeting customers. I think all of that is like a big win for me. I've learned so much and I'm still learning so much, and RCL Food gives you that opportunity to rotate, to move, to work with management. So for me, it's transitioning across different roles and brands and then just increasing my learning curve and skill set.